I think we're actually going to be going live, actually. We didn't even get time to talk about the map. Turns out the players are pretty keen to get in here on Badlands, so we're going to go straight into this first mid. We do have Ali's looking a little bit faster to mid. We're getting some decent little damage being pumped out, but so far it's the aggression of Samsky which is going to be taking down Martin. That's going to be the way we're going to be starting off this mid, and now desperately going to have the red team trying to move on to point. They're going to be raining down some damage, just Poison left alive, and ooh, a little bit scrappy. I mean, I feel a bit rushed there.
Yeah, I think they were trying to get some players behind over on the bus crew, but Yon never really had a chance to come out of the house and kind of do his damage and kind of set things up for his team, because he was just had scouts and roamers crawling all over him in that house.
Yeah, definitely didn't make things easy for him, but at least medics did get traded. It won't be a sizable enough advantage for Seeds to do anything too crazy here, but we will still be seeing Deoxy. You know, he's a big fan of the old off-classing. He's going to be sitting there on the old engineer. Doesn't look like there's going to be anything too crazy happening on a bus crew.
Eeply, I can smell a spy.
Can you?
Yeah, he's waiting in the wings here. He's in the lower lobby. Decides to cloak now. He's taken the long way round, and he will start to edge his way in. And let's see what Samsky can do, what he can kind of pick off. And he sees Yon in a very compromising position, a place Demomen don't really tend to stand, because they could get picked off by spies such as Samsky.
Yeah, this is true. I mean, yeah, definitely not a conventional kind of hold, and because they know Samsky's giving them this information, I mean...
He's going for it.
Yeah, here we go.
He's going for the stab. He bumps into him. He can't get to the back because he won't reveal it. There we go. Samsky will get cleaned up, but he does get the suicide kill onto Yon. Technically, mission accomplished.
Yeah, well, you know, it doesn't really matter if your spy lives or dies at that point. That demo man's down. This is going to be an opportunity for Feint to try and do something, and in fact, they're going to try and go for a point play. They do get probably about 50% cap and at least force 2 players onto the ground. It's actually so very nearly capped. Poison and Albert both are being forced onto the ground, taking so much damage, but I don't think this cap will quite come out just yet, but you can see how uncomfortable it is losing that demo man, losing those stickies on the point.
Hello, team? Where was the rest of Feint Gaming there? They were just waiting in top lobby. That point was definitely primed to get just ransacked and just bum rushed, but no one came out of the top lobby area deeply.
No, it did seem like they wanted to kind of play a little bit safe, almost go for a double sack and just see what they could make happen. You know, they're not looking to be too risky, but now we do actually have what looks to be an Uber trade going in, but it's absolutely disastrous for Feint. They haven't even managed to... No, it is only now they managed to force off this Uber, but the Pyro of Alba is going to be pounding down some flames on the soldier all the way through main, but he might actually find himself a little bit overextended. Not quite sure what the bus crew is doing. Seems like they're a little bit overly keen. It might actually be a prime opportunity for Feint with a repush, possibly through top right.
They're going to send the soldier in, try and play off this pick onto Alba, but they've got a sentry gun. They never lost that during the Uber push, so that backbone there is going to keep their last point secured, whether there's 5 players on it or 10 million players on it.
It is true. I mean, very, very lucky of Martin. He did live on about 10 HP there, so I guess they just decided to go for a bit of a sack instead. Kind of makes sense. I mean, I think Alba's trying to pioneer some new strategy. He runs around with his huntsman, but I think he's now worked out he may have spawned on the wrong weapon.
Yeah, and I can smell another spy there, but this is just the class-checking kind, the ones that debate casters like me and you all the time. And yep, just having a quick peek at seeing what Feint Gaming are up to with that sort of disguising kit. And he doesn't spy any off-classes, so he will switch back to Scout, start building that over with his medic.
Say, I would imagine he may have seen exactly what's going on, because you do actually have Samsky spawned on heavy. He's made his way into upper lobby. He's going to be actually trying to keep himself a little bit hidden. So I'm not quite sure how the timing worked out with Alba, whether he would have spotted Samsky in time, but this might be a good opportunity for exactly what I think's happening. Maybe an Uber trade. Dropping Kunu, though, that's going to be pretty bad, and maybe this heavy repush may not be the... Yeah, I don't think that's going to be the play to go for, especially after losing Ali. This is going to be pretty disastrous of a trade. Doesn't seem like they can really get into that top left with both the Pyro and Deox's engineer.
Yeah, you saw Samsky was actually hiding in the battlements there, ready to pop out. And as soon as he saw Kuna just go down, he was like, okay, back to respawn, back to switch out to soldier.
Yeah, back and play the game sensibly. But this is a bus crew push out onto second, not massively contested. Nice little pipe from Yon is going to pick up Sorax. Ali really overstaying his welcome on some of these choke points. He's, again, almost like a little bit lucky. It's nice to see Feint so kind of, you know, even players down, they're aggressive. They don't want to let the bus crew get kind of, you know, comfortable, complacent, whatever. They want to keep pushing them at every little opportunity.
Yeah, let's see what they can kind of muster up. Samsky's behind, though. He's trying to draw a couple of players back, maybe even get a cheeky kill here and there, but he will be the one slapped on the cheek as he's gone down now. They've used the Uber over on the second point. Martin and Poison going to have to make a good situation out of a bad situation, and they force the Uber from Feint Gaming, but Feint Gaming have such a kind of sizable advantage, but they don't. They kind of just meander around, never really take the Uber anywhere. Amarok will reconnect with his medic, though. Poison goes down, who went aggressive on that medic, will be farmed because of it, though. And Alba's on the chase. He wants to kind of grow this advantage that the bus crew have kind of mustered here.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the second Uber we've seen so far where Kunu's getting dropped, so definitely maybe a little bit early morning right now.
Nobody's noticed him. He's hiding. He's jumping. He's right on top of Martin. He's like, I can hear him, but I can't see him. Where is he? But he manages to dodge him. Very nicely served by Martin there. Yeah,
wonderful little read. It seemed like he checked it really just in time. And yeah, he did go down to about 30 HP, but he should be okay. Can't say the same for Alba at this point, though. It's getting
medic down.
Ooh, that's a really good read from Poison there. So I think Bus Crew's just going to move back towards mid. They know that they have their advantage. They have those heals. They can afford to play a little bit slower for just a couple seconds.
Yeah, so with Seeds going down, usually you see the enemy team try and launch their way towards Martin, see if they can equalize that kill, but because they just were so disconnected from that fight and already back on their own mid, they thought wiser of it on Feint Game and don't even bother trying because he's just in such a defensive position, it's unlikely they'll get the pick.
Yeah, and actually, as of right now, Feint, they just seem to be pretty content just to stand on last. They're going to have a gun and a pyro of their own. They don't really care too much about second at all, as far as I can tell. So this is going to be a pretty free second and pretty, sizable Uber advantage. Still, they don't have ages to play with, the Bus Crew, so it does look like Alba is going to be leading his team forward towards upper lobby. Your classic top left push. Samsky getting cleaned up in lobby as well. This is looking good, but it's only about 15% advantage at this point. They've got to go, otherwise Siege is going to be getting his Uber up, and this, this counter pop may just absolutely crush them on the repush.
Yep, they've Ubered in now, and Ali Bra is thinking, what would Dr. Phil do? He would hide above the pipe, but he's been killed. Yon saw him a mile coming, and Poison even chased him from there. They're trying to ransack the point. I really like this play. This is what they should have been doing on Feint Gaming, and it's working out for Bus Crew now. They won't make the same mistake. It's 1-0 equally.
Yeah, I mean, that was absolutely crazy. I mean, Siege does manage to get his Uber off, but it's just, so many Feint players were forced to drop down onto the point. The Bus Crew just, they played smart. They hit their shots. They played the positioning, and they won the round as a result. Can't argue with that. So second mid now. Definitely going into this game, a lot of people are thinking Feint would take it quite comfortably, but doesn't look to be that way at all as Bus Crew takes an early lead. So on this mid, both demos about the same, but again, really early aggression from these Feint soldiers. There's, a little bit kind of fake bomb damage coming out here and there, but Yon and Martin go down really, really quickly on this mid. Siege is still playing with Kunu towards choke, and it doesn't look like he's going to be under any real pressure as Deox is the only scout remaining. Absolute decimation from Feint on this mid.
Very nice sort of tactical play coming out from Feint Gaming there. Samsky was just a distraction. He got loads of heads turning there, wasted some ammo, and then the real crushing blow was Amarok coming in from behind. They thought with Samsky behind, our best bets is to go aggressive into the core of Feint Gaming, but this played into Amarok's trap.
Yeah, definitely seems like Feint definitely don't want to give up too many rounds early. They want to see if they can equalize this just as soon as possible. Make sure we have a game on our hands. So this is big old Uber advantage. Once again, Pyro, NG. Last time we saw this push, it didn't go particularly well. They couldn't really even manage to take down the gun. We'll see if they fare any better this time. Again, this Pyro's doing a lot of work. The gun will get taken down, and Poison as well, so that's going to make things just a little bit easier on this repush. Ali does drop the floor to spam some serious damage on top right, and yeah, they're just getting absolutely crushed in this door. Yeah. Yon still has stickies towards point, but no, they're just going to get cleaned up.
Yeah, every single soul was on that right-hand side equally, so it made it very easy to kind of keep them controlled, keep them centered, and they just need to kind of push Yon out so he wasn't able to put stickies on that point over and over again. And once he was compromised of his position, they could just start kind of playing the point one by one.
Yeah, that's a beautiful little ass. Why don't you take this mid away for us, Turbo?
Oh, you're going to give me a bit of play?
I'm doing it.
Oh, he's so nice. Well, we're going into our third mid of the game. They've been kind of taking it back and forth from one another. Let's see if they can keep it up over on the Bus Crew. They're going to adapt. They're going to throw in Tobbs. He's going to go for big damage, but he's actually gone for a big dev. Does trade with Ali Bois, so that is a core part of the team taken out. With just Yon and Poison left, they're going to have a really difficult time of cleaning up these players, and Martin will be the frag that is given up for the squad.
Yeah, really good read from the Feint soldiers once again. I mean, Amrock was in the perfect position to just kind of, walk towards Balk and just drop straight down on Martin. The second that right side push didn't work out for the bus crew, Feint were immediately on it. They knew, hey, you're going to get caught in this valley, so we're going to make sure we make the best out of it.
Yeah, Seed's sitting at about 100% Uber right now. They can take this push quite comfortably, have a double check, maybe even have a quick scout out of the area, see what they'll be dealing with, because they've got all the time in the world. It's such a huge advantage here on Feint Gaming.
It is. Hey, once again, Pyro, Sentry, exactly what we've seen before. Feint did seem to be able to deal with it last time. Once again, a lot of damage being dealt. The gun will go down, and so many of these bus crew players are playing towards right. This time, though, Poison is above point. Maybe that's going to be the one change they're going to need, which they didn't quite have last time. Ali, with this rim stress, so much damage once again. They're absolutely crushing them. There's going to be a soldier dropping down onto point now, but really, how much can he do by himself?
They did a much better job, Bus Crew, of like splitting up and kind of making it harder for Feint Gaming, but Samsky was enough to kind of deal with Yon and I believe it was... No, it won't. Poison would be on the top, wouldn't he? So yeah, it would be Tobbs and Yon that was compromised by Samsky's bomb there on the right-hand side.
Definitely seeming like Feint's waking up now. After that one round, they're like, whoa, 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 guys, we're the favorites here. We're going to make sure the people at home know this for certain. So we're going to be going fourth mid. Nice aggression from Ali. Big brain player. Got a lot of passion, but Siege is going to get taken out from this big bomb from Poison. So this nice scrappy fight does seem to be going the way of Busker as long as they can just heal up for a second. They're actually playing underneath the point, but they're getting so many heals. But no, Martin will get taken down by Kunu. And this is coming down to a 1v1. Yon versus Kunu. One pipe will do it.
Kunu's like, I'm going to play this smart. I'm going to get the health pack. I'm going to go back into your base. I mean, it's just a demo man at the end of the day, Ipoli. He's capping that point extremely slowly. It's MG now, and he didn't see him coming. Surprise attack, very smartly played by Kunu.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, in the whole scout versus demo matchup, scouts are going to be favored, but, he didn't have to rush things. There was no way Yon was capping that point. So, credit to Kunu there. He knows what he's doing. So this is going to be just a little bit advantage for Seeds, about 20% based on his earlier death, but I mean, they'll have to be really, really quick if they want to get through and actually make the most out of this Uber, but it does actually look like they might just go for a bit of a dry push, try and bust through this choke, and
oh my god, Sorex, he just walked in and he just demanded the kills and he gets them. Easy peasy lemon squeezy for the pasta, and he's even going to get a clean-up kill protecting his medic as well. This Scout is on fire right now.
I mean, it's an off-Uber push all the way through choke. I mean, Busker had time to set up, but turns out it doesn't really matter when Feint Gaming is just hitting seemingly all of their shots.
Kunu, he's on the point. The Pyro needs to block it. Alba's been two-shot, and all hands on deck. Everyone needs to get on top of that point. The Uber's solidifying, though. Sticky's on point. They just need to take the Uber off, and there it goes. It's 3-1 already.
I think that round was almost entirely Kunu and Sorax. I mean, these Feint Gaming scouts are just absolutely decimating their competition right now. I think Busker have to take a look at their mids, take a look at some of these holds and just try and create something a little bit more successful. So again, fourth mid, and we're only about 13 minutes into the game. Definitely one of the fastest paced games I think we've seen so far. Again, aggression from Ali, good damage, forcing Yon onto the ground in this right side push from the bus crew. Their soldiers are getting in, but they're not really doing a great deal. They're not really taking that much position or damage, but their soldiers just stood directly behind Martin. No one looks at him. Samsky gets that medic frag, and now, again, Feint is going to play so slowly around Siege. They're playing towards this valley, but they don't have to rush. They can just wait as much time as they need. One by one by one, the bus crew is going to walk in, and they're just going to get absolutely nothing done here.
That was a polar opposite to the sort of approach that bus crew did it last mid. They were in a similar situation. They got the med down pretty early on for Feint Gaming, and they just decided to duck under the point and kind of defend Martin from there. And you see that they kind of compromised, but the difference here, Feint Gaming chose a much better spot. They had like the open ground. They could see all the jumpers coming in. They were in like sort of the plainest part of the map, made it very easy for the scouts to pick off the jumping soldiers one by one.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic play from Siege with that positioning. It's something you've seen a lot of these top-level teams, including 7, do, and I believe we may have a pause here.
Yep, I can confirm a pause. I am also paused.
Interesting. Okay, so yeah, like I said, this playing towards Valley, this kind of kiting, letting the other team walk into that meat grinder. It's something you've seen from a lot of teams, and it's nice to see your boy Siege. He may not be on 7 anymore, but he's still showing some real top-level insight of the game.
Yeah, I've already been kind of convinced a little bit, because usually you don't get the sort of same mid or the same scenarios played out by teams back to back, but it was literally the same like sort of test really for both of these teams, and Feint just were just boldly correct while Bus Crew were just like incredibly flawed.
Yeah, exactly. It was almost like the Bus Crew's decision to kind of hide on the point. It was exactly that. It was hiding. It was the fact that they were scared. They were, a little bit panicked or whatever. Whereas everything Seeds was doing with his team, it was planned,
Yeah, the mids are very good for Feint Gaming, but the difference, what makes Bus Crew kind of make this a little bit closer than what it is the last point taking. The Bus Crew just seem to be a bit more comfortable. They know like when to strike and come in and like follow up on their team, while Feint Gaming are a little bit out of synergy, perhaps, but
definitely seemed that way at least early on in this map. But this does look, as long as they can make use of this, about 65% advantage. Again, it's going to be all on. I feel like it's not even the early part of this Uber that's important. It's that moment when the Uber's faded, the gun's been dealt with, and Ali will move to the floor or he'll move to the rim, and he'll try and deal with the Bus Crew players walking out of the right. So far, we've just seen decimation. He went floor and he crushed them on the right. He went on the rim and he crushed them on the right. Even with Poison playing above point, it wasn't enough. I think surely you just need the Bus Crew. They need to be doing something a little bit different. Maybe spread further on the left, or maybe.
I mean, they identified it as that. That was their same reaction as well. So like, we just need to spread better. And when they did, but they kind of like stay in their own positions, kind of let them. And as the time's ticking away, they were playing it so slow and methodical over on Feint Gaming. They were just like, we just need to wait for like the little mistake, the easy in, and then we'll play for the point there. And really need to be a little bit proactive in your defense. Once they're in your base, or when they're making these pushes with the Uber, there's only so many players that can be in so many spots at one time. So you need to kind of abuse these facts when you're making the defense. And guys, we're back in.
We're back in. This Uber gets used once again, though. Kunu's going to get dropped third time so far. It's not going to make this Uber particularly easy. Yeah, they'll get the gun, but can they really do anything? They've taken no real position at all. A Soldier will try and get in, try and get a little speed shot in on Martin, but he's going to get cleaned up.
He's got a bit picked off by the pipe. Ali Bois just comes around the corner, domes him with the easy peep. And now the Soldier's even gone down. Jon's created in the lower area. Nobody's paying attention to the point. And it was a bit too chaotic for Bus Crew's liking. It's 4-1.
Yeah, I mean, that was absolutely crazy. I thought for sure, Martin would get into that spawn. He would, manage to live. But just that one pipe made all that difference on that last. And much to Albersville, they weren't really managed to get a consistent hold. So, that's 4 rounds in only about 10 minutes for Feint Gaming at this time. So this is potentially the last round if Feint Gaming can keep things up. But Bus Crew, once again, they can be moving toward this right-hand side. Soldier, aggression, really, really high bombs. And actually, they're doing the submarine mid. You love to see it. They're taking a lot of position. They're dealing some decent damage, but they're just not really getting any frags off it. Martin and Jon now caught in their enemy's house. I mean, really, what can be done here?
Oh, man. I mean, in a way, Martin, I was hoping that they would just kind of let them stay in their half of the map there and just run off. I mean, if the medic just stays in that part, he's a bit useless to his team, and he has to delay his respawn by the longer he just keeps himself alive.
Yeah, but I don't think. I think Samsky was hungry for the frags. We don't care about delaying people. I wanna look a little bit better on the log. So this is going to be another Uber advantage last push. I mean, so far, other than these first couple tries, it does seem like Feint Gaming have really got this one cracked. As long as they can manage not to drop Kunu again. Here we go. Uber gets used. Kunu, walking straight forward, getting some decent damage.
They're
still
struggling.
not dealt with a gun.
Really
This Pyro is doing so much work here for the Bus Crew, but eventually they will manage to just take enough position on the left-hand side. Now, this Ali repush, this is what matters.
Yeah, they're getting torn by all sorts of different directions, though. The Pyro has managed to break free of that right-hand side, so the foothold has been compromised a little bit back to the way of Bus Crew, but it's still a little bit scrappy for my liking. Amarok's thinking about going towards that point, and they will back off instead, just kind of play with their numbers. And Jon realizes his numbers are down. He's trying to get a little bit proactive, like I was talking about earlier, holding these doors close, and there we go. They will spook the rest of Feint Gaming out of their base.
Yeah, they do have the Uber advantage, but, with all this time, with all this kind of fighting here and there, it's only about really 20% advantage. I mean, at this time, Feint could even give up the point and go for a repush, and even by the time this Uber's going to come out, we do have big bombs in. Samsky will get taken down, and it does look like Feint Gaming is just a little bit too far back to do anything much. Ubers will get traded, so Sorax is on the back line, so he is taking a couple little 1v1s. He's distracting the bus crew, which I think is the most important
wrap
part
around onto Yon. He's coming in. He's joined the fight with the rest of his team now. Sorax will get cleaned up by Poison, who reconnects with his team. But with Martin down, they can't possibly sustain this push. But they're giving it a good natural go, Eberly. The soldiers are going in with minimal health. They're turning this around on the bus crew. Medic goes down for Feint Gaming. I can't believe they pulled this off without any healing.
Yeah, that was just... It was super scrappy. It looked like they were going to get that wrap onto Yon, and it was just going to be curtains like we've seen so many times. But bus crew aren't dead yet, and this is actually a really nice position for them to be in. They could even potentially get onto mid with just based on the fact that they have heals.
Yep.
They have to be a little bit careful with this Sorax flanking scout. He's trying to get onto Martin, doing so much damage.
Oh, Sorax just passed us into the Dutchman, and he will go down. Let's see if they can kind of respond here over on Feint Gaming now. They're going to be looking for the Seeds like defense, but nobody's really threatened his life so far.
No, I mean, yeah, he just seems so comfortable playing with the rest of his team. It doesn't even look like anyone on the bus crew really want to go for it. This pick on Ali, though, that might help things out. I mean, Tobbs is managing to get behind. He might even kill Kunu. Here he is. So, yeah, not looking fantastic for Feint. It does look like they might have to just kind of...
The Ox, Samsky, backstabber, comes behind him. It's the rocket backstab. It hurts just as much.
It does. But we do have this uber advantage now. They will be moving towards Choke. Bus crew are very aware of how much disadvantage they have. They're going to play incredibly passive. They know there's not a massive amount they can do other than Alba taking the head off of Samsky.
When desperate times call for desperate measures, they bring out the Alba sniper. This guy has brought back many a game, Eberly. Maybe he can do it here in this land setting.
I think he can. I mean, this uber advantage is dwindling. They've got to be constantly fearful of this Alba sniper who, we've already seen about 100 times before. He's no slacker. This flank push from the combo Feint Gaming, they'll take down Tobbs, but they still have to get through towards his Greybridge location. And with 90% on Martin, I think, best case scenario, this is going to be even a trade for them. But
oh no, the scouts, they're just too fast for Albert to get under his sightlines there. He's just being farmed by them. The scouts doing all the work, and very nicely played by the team of Feint Gaming to push the flank there. Albert can't get you if he can't see you.
This is true. We do have what appears to be, an upper lobby push with both of their scouts potentially. They're both posturing like they want to go. It would be a trade, so I'm not sure whether maybe they just want to go for the trade or the repush, or possibly just kind of, relax a little bit. They're winning by so much, they can afford to just slow it down, get some sacks. Once again, the Huntsman's coming out. I just want to see it happen.
The what? The Huntsman?
The Huntsman.
You're kidding with me. This isn't... Oh my god, he actually does have the Huntsman out.
I mean, you just want to see the drop more than anything at this point, but, oh my god, there we go.
What on earth is this weapon? Okay. Well, they're going in, they're throwing a soldier in. Samsky's going to go down, easy peasy for bus crew, and now they've got a license to push out here. With 2 down, that's usually a good chance for somebody to make the play, and the play is usually going to come out from Tobbs. Your roaming soldier here on the bus crew. He's having a peek, he's having a gander, but he sees no red people.
No, I mean, they're playing just so far back. It would have to be one insane jump to get past Kunu on that high ground and not just get completely denied. The spawners for Feint are now up, and with Alba getting 2-shot, I think bus crew just got to move back to their last. There's not a great deal they can do. These Feint scouts are just absolutely pounding.
Yeah, so just every time a team backs out of outside like this, it really solidifies. Make sure you don't just lose any more players once you lose them like that. You could even hold on to the second point from an arm's reach with just 3 over on this Badlands map. It's such a hard map to push out from.
It is. It really is. Even with the adapted spawns, like Badlands, it's a super tricky thing. We're actually seeing Alba spawn once again on the Huntsman sniper. I think he's feeling it, After that one headshot, he's like, hey, if it's going to work, it's going to work. But I don't know. I think they might need something a little bit more proactive, because with 8 minutes 30 seconds to go, it's almost getting to the time where, they've got to be thinking about moving, they've got to actually make something happen. Samsky himself will be sniping, this time with a more conventional gun, a gun which shoots bullets, so...
Yeah, I don't know, I mean, does it really match like a bit of plank of wood and some shrapnel tied to the end of it?
Not 100% certain. I would love to see him get counter-sniped by this Huntsman, but I feel like it just isn't going to happen. Yeah, I mean, like, surely if you're the bus crew right now, you've got to do something.
Oh my god! That
again.
does 300. Oh my god! God, why? Why did we enter the information age? We really should have stayed in the Bronze Age, Eberly.
I don't know what I was expecting. I was like, it wasn't that, basically. It wasn't that. Alba showing that, he might be good with a sniper rifle, but it turns out Huntsman's his weapon. Move over, Blaze. We don't need you anymore.
Oh my God, Lara Croft is pushing out. He's got his bow and arrow, and actually he's a bit scared. There's everybody jumping at them. He can only fire one arrow at a time. He's Alba, he's not Legolas. He can't do it all on his own. He's being pressured. Samsky will deny that sniper with a punishing air shot, and Samsky's not done yet. He's jumping on top of Martin, threatening his life. Ali Bois joins him in the back line. He's brought back 2 soldiers. He gets an air pipe onto that soldier. Very nicely played by the Swede, and they're still pushing here on Feint Gaming. Kunu is trying to fight off on the scout, but with Ali Bois taken care of, they can reconnect with their team.
I mean, I think what we're seeing right now is classic LAN plays, you know? People are feeling it. This is LAN. You can do more or less whatever you want. You can make things work, which would never work before. And now the aggression from Bus Crew.
Oh, Poison.
Yeah.
Oh, Poison, what are you doing? You just did an excellent distraction play, and then you just shot the ground with 10 HP. Oh, man. Well, an advantage is an advantage. They're going to try and make a push of it over on Feint Gaming, but they can't seem to weasel their way in here, Eeply.
No, I mean, Ali's getting caught out. I think this is the 4th time in about 5 minutes.
Deox, he's coming the long way round. The scout knows that he's there, though, and now they're in a rock and a hard place over on Feint Gaming with the scout here. Where is the rest of Bus Crew, though? You think they'd be joining their scout friend, but they're too scared of that Uber charge, perhaps.
They are. It does seem like they're really, really content to just walk in one by one. Tobbs now dying. I mean, yeah, you know, there's an Uber on the side of Seeds, but you've got 6 minutes to get at least 3 rounds at this point. It's kind of a, you know, some of these, like, off Uber pushes, try to make something happen. It really
Samsky,
go.
MG in the air. Oh, no one will win this game of Turris, and here we go. They're going to claim back this midpoint, and they're kind of pressuring here on Bus Crew, giving it a go. Pencil jump coming in from Poison. He's been launched up and he's been smacked down. That's just a distraction, though. Tobbs is in. They forced the Uber out of Feint Gaming, and Martin's at 75%. He still needs more time, but he's being pressured by a scout. It's Martin versus Kunu, and Kunu will be slapped down by Jon, and they're turning this around over on the Bus Crew.
Yeah, really, really good play from Martin. He dodged just enough for his Derriman to save him there. So now they're the boys with the full advantage. They can walk forward. They can potentially even just leave one of their spawners to cap it and keep walking forward. But I think they're going to play, yeah, just a little bit more patient. But they don't have too much time to deal with. They need to make a really, really good push. It does look like House is going to be where they're moving from, possibly all the way through the flank like we saw just a little bit earlier. This hiding soldier on the flank has to be cleaned up.
Oh, Samsky, perfect timing. He does fast Martin in this flank area. Very well played by the roaming soldier of Feint Gaming, and they're trying to back out over on the rest of the red squad, and they will give up that second point, but they did manage to get out that Uber.
Yeah, I mean, classic case of just people not checking corners. That Uber didn't have to be used that way, but, you know, Sansi had the read. He knew it. So now we're seeing Seeds 100% Uber. I mean, at this point, it's 4 minutes 40. You have Uber advantage. You know the other team has to build their Uber if they want to do anything. So, you know, maybe Feint just stands around. Maybe they just think this is in the bag. We don't have to make any risky plays.
Yep. 4 minutes on the clock. They're going to be feeling the squeeze over on Bus Crew. They're going to have to get very proactive here, and they're going to have to make no mistakes from now on. Tobbs starts off this nice streak here with a good bomb, forcing Seeds out of his Uber charge on this last point. And with Martin 20% from his own, they're set up for the golden like streak and Cinderella story comeback.
Yeah, that bomb was exactly what was needed. He got the perfect timing just before that gun was activated. So this is it. It'll have to be a damn near perfect last push, though. Said this Uber's just up now. It's going to be an absolutely huge advantage. They don't have to worry about focusing Seeds. They can focus the plays. They can focus the gun. They can focus the point, whatever. But they need to have a clear focus, a defined goal of what they want to get from this Uber and this post-Uber fight. So Uber does look like it's going to be coming in. They're getting a little bit of information. Really nice to see that. Uber has get used. This Pyro again dealing with a lot of the spam. And only now are they taking this gun down. And this post-Uber fight is going to be the all-important part. Much of Feint Gaming is still inside spawn, and Ali is playing above point. I mean, it doesn't seem like they're really able to take any position here on the side of the Bus Crew, and it just looks like they're going to get pincered once again by Sorax. Meat shot, rockets from Amrock, and it's just Jon all by his lonesome trying to desperately pipe himself out of this situation, but I don't know, maybe he gets one pick? No. That's nothing in 3 minutes. I mean, this has got to be all push all the time from the Bus Crew now. Yeah,
Bus Crew were just a bit confused though. They're like, where is Ale? We can't find Ale. And he was hiding above the point there in the little tube, the Dr. Phil spot as I like to call it. And with him just kind of securing the point, there was no real play for them to make. So they just meandered around and did nothing with that push.
No, it's just the exact opposite of what we've been seeing from Feint Gaming so far. Anyway, now in this little push, Tobbs, desperation play, is trying to go for a backup. He does get cleaned up by the roaming soldier of Feint, though, so I mean, it's 2 minutes 40. Deox is sniping. Is this really what you want to do here? You need to make things happen. You need to make things happen now. I mean, a drop is what's needed here. You need to drop seeds and just roll all the way through to last if you have any hope of trying to come back from this. But it just seems like Busker are moving further and further back.
Unless Deox gets 30 seconds on the clock for every headshot he makes, I don't think this team can even claw it back. All the good shots in the world can't add time on this server. So 2 minutes left. I think it's that garbage time we talk about.
I don't think Feint are too interested in giving us a lot of that, though. They do have the super advantage still and player advantage as well. I think they want to make this 5-1, you know? They want to make sure their logs are looking good. I think Albert has one more chance to make this Huntsman work, one more opportunity to show that he is the Huntsman god that we deserve.
I mean, that was a pretty strange set of arrows earlier. Just from spamming this one place alone, it's cheesy, but it's potent.
It is. I mean, surely at this point, you know, it's 1 minute 40. I think, you know, you've basically lost the map. I want to see some bunny hops. I want to see some 360s. I want to see Albert just absolutely decimate Seeds at this point.
Well, I mean, times are ticking. It's just a sad realization coming in through both of these teams now that the team has won Feint Gaming will be walking away with this. They pause for whatever reason. Oh, wait, nope, that's just the server lagging a bit. My bad.
You got to love a little bit of server lag. We do actually have a hiding soldier going to get on Martin. He wants to get one more frag for the logs, definitely. One more medic down. I think this is Feint's opportunity to bring this to 5-1, show absolute dominance here. They need to just keep healing, play slow, deal with these bus group players like they have so many times one by one. But it doesn't look like that's going to work out quite as well this time. They don't actually have a scout to play with them, and that always makes these fights more difficult. But, you know, they can just play around upper lobby. They can do whatever they want at this point. They can be a little bit loose. This is 47 seconds remaining. I think I want to see your boy Seeds run through main with a Nubasaur.
I mean, on the bright side, this is just our first map out of a best of 3, and we never really got to find out whose map was whose, but I can take an educated guess that this was probably the Feint Gaming pick because they did win this over against Bus Crew early in the group stage, so yeah, it's pretty sane to think that they would pick this map again. Yeah,
I mean, I said it did seem like a reasonably dominant game when they played before. Feint Gaming did definitely look much stronger. You would have thought it's almost madness of Bus Crew not to instantly go and ban this map, but clearly they still felt like they had something to show on it.
Yeah, well, say it with me, Twitch chats. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. The game is over. Mercy has been given by timer, and it is 4-1 to Feint Gaming here. Nobody's really shocked, but Bus Crew are going to be disappointed. Yeah,
I think they will be, especially after that kind of start. It was looking good to begin with. Yeah. You know, that first kind of 5 or 6 minutes, the Bus Crew, you know, they got around. They were looking decent. They had some kind of good aggression. It seemed like they were able to match Feint with almost kind of everything. And then just, you know, some of these last pushes were just going better for Feint Gaming. It seemed like, you know, the first one or two last pushes were a little bit dodgy. And then, you know, Ali and Kunu, like, they worked it out. But it just never seemed like you got that point on the Bus Crew. They had more than enough opportunities to get some rounds, but they just couldn't quite work out what Ali already had sorted, basically.
Yeah, it hurts because I see glimmers of brilliance here in Bus Crew, and they've got some things better than Feint Gaming, but they just having struggles to get to those parts of the game. Like, you could be the greatest last pusher in the game, but if your mids just aren't, you know, up to standard, you're never going to get to last.
Exactly. It's been said for years and years and years, you know. If you want to have a much easier time playing TF2, just win the mids, you know.
Yeah.
Win the mids, and then you're constantly playing, you know, with an advantage. You're constantly in some kind of advantageous position. Those games where you lose mid after mid after mid, you can be fantastic at everything else, but you're constantly playing on the back foot, and it's just, it makes everything such a struggle.
I know, it's a bit uncharacteristic. Usually when we watch this Badlands, I was worried because it's going to be the old Badlands. This is the one with like the 2-second cap timer against the 1-second cap timer.
Yeah.
And traditionally, we kind of see teams stuck at this last point forever, and they can't seem to get out of it. But this LAN, it feels like nobody's fallen into that trap tremendously. They find a way out, or at least they find a way to push that last point, and this was another mark of that. Just shocking to see.
That's it. There was only really, at any one time, probably about 2 minutes where they were sat on last. I mean, you know, yeah, a lot of pushing back and forth, so definitely seems like it kind of made sense to use this version of Badlands. Maybe some teams have worked out a couple different things. Some of these sacks definitely seem to work a little bit better than we've seen before. I don't know if that was maybe some kind of a, it's first thing in the morning. Teams aren't maybe playing at their very kind of peak right now. Maybe some little mistakes coming out, but I don't know. Definitely interesting to kind of see almost like a different side to Badlands, much faster.
Yeah. I know probably some people out there chanting. I can hear you all the way from your homes in an NA, probably demanding the logs. We'll probably see if we can get them for you on the screen at some point. But, screw the stinking logs, Eeply. Who was your man of the match in your logs.tf heart?
My man of the match, probably, I think, it's got to be Ali, right? Because Ali, on all of these little repushes, you Uber in on Badlands, you take your top left, and then you move on to dealing with them on right. He was always positioned, so fantastically well. His damage was just absolutely crazy, and that doesn't really come from him hitting fantastic shots. That comes from his positioning, the angles that he can work with his stickies, with his pipes, and the fact that he would either lock them completely in spawn or just force them to take so much damage walking out that the rest of his team could just more or less do whatever they want. They could just clean up, super, super easily, and it was just much more dominating than what we saw from Yon in the exact same positions.
Yeah, I mean, that's what makes it look so polarizing. It's just Yon that has like a little bit of a dud on this first Badlands map. I'm sure he'll snap out of it.
Oh yeah, he's a frag of a demo man.
In previous lands, he's performed really well. He's been like head and shoulders above, like practically a super demo.
Yeah.
And I want to see the glimpse of the super demo again.
Yeah. I mean, as far as I could see, he did show some of that yesterday. I think Bus Crew played Swift on Viaduct, and he had 540 DPM or something. Like, Yon is by no means a bad demo man, but when you're comparing him to Ali, which is just one of the best demo men who have ever played the game ever, like, it's always gonna be a rough comparison to make.
I want to give a quick shout out to the roaming soldier Samsky. He just felt like he was surprising them, doing all these other things. It wasn't just all about, just getting a solid bomb or forcing the Uber. He was making distraction plays. He was like the reason they were winning mids. They were turning things around when Ali was actually down in the fair few moments of the game. He was pulling people back. He was just doing everything on that team, and I've sat behind Feint Gaming as well. That guy comms so much for his team. He's literally like a crystal ball. He's saying, like, they're going to push from here, they're going to push from there, he's going to do this, he's going to do that. Not only is he a solid roamer, he's a solid, like, brain of the team.
Yeah, well, it does kind of make sense. He was one of the, as far as I'm aware, one of the initial guys who kind of started forming this team along with Sarks and Ali. That he's part of like the real core, as much as he's not a combo class. He's part of like the real core of what makes the team what it is. So, it kind of makes sense that he's that impactful. He has that much influence over the play style of the team.
Yeah.
And I think definitely like the Feint Gaming soldiers. Yeah, it was great stuff from their scouts as well on the mids, but it makes everything so easy when you can have those soldiers do those big bombs, those big distracts, and they can just live. It isn't just, getting those bombs in. It's being able to live. It's being able to be annoying. It's being able to force the bus crew into a position where they're like, there's a guy here and there, and there's like, 3 things behind us. Like, it just splits their attention, and it allows you to focus in on them while they can't really focus on you.
Now, my question to you, Eeply, is we haven't had a chance to see a game go to like a third map yet.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, because we've only had just a few games of the upper bracket. But do you think this is going to be the first one?
I think potentially, like, I'm not ruling the Bus Crew out of this, like, at all. I think it's such a fundamentally different map to Badlands. I mean, we've already seen, right? This is the second game now. Feint Gaming will beat the Bus Crew on Badlands, okay? We know that. That's old information at this point, right? Process now, it's so completely different. And, as much as the mid does tend to favor scouts, and I would argue Feint Gaming scouts are going to be, they're going to eke it out over Deox and Alba in terms of just like raw DM and ability. Sarks is an incredible scout. I feel like Yon's going to bring more to the table on this map, and I feel like it's just going to be a map they're far more comfortable playing. I mean, frankly, you look at the Bus Crew, and these are a lot of players that you recognize from like Pug Champs for years and years and years, right? So Process is a real classic pugging map that everyone who's ever played a pug ever, you basically end up playing it 1,000 times over the course of a year, right? They're going to know every single part of this map. They're going to understand their role, as well as they can understand any role on any map, really. Yeah. Badlands is a really different thing, much more polarizing the view of it these days. Yeah,
it truly has been a switcheroo. I would never thought I'd see the day where Badlands was knocked off his perch as the favorite community map, but here we are. Process has won our hearts over, and I think it's going to win Yon's heart in particular, because now this map doesn't feel as claustrophobic as a demo man. You've got like a lot more to work with. You can see a lot more things coming and play out things, and take things from much different strides. While like it felt like Badlands, Yon was kind of being picked on. There was a few moments where he actually got Ali really low and stuff like that, but there was just no follow-up. But Yon can like control himself a bit better on this map, and if things go bad, it's not terrible.
Yeah. Well, I always feel like Process, the mid, kind of compared to Badlands, it's a little bit more forgiving when you make tiny mistakes. Like on Badlands, you make a bit of a push across the point, and then if you make a little bit of a mistake, take a random little bit more damage, and you fall off point. That's almost like your mid over, really. Playing from that super, super low ground is so difficult to get anything done. Whereas with Process, because you don't have that high ground to like fall off as easily, it means you can sometimes back a little bit, get an arrow, and then be immediately back into the fight. But if I was the bus crew right now, in this little pre-game moment, the big thing I'd be focusing on is it's not Ali, it's not Sorax. I'd be like, right, how are we going to deal with Amarok and Samsky? How are we going to deal with these big bombs? They crushed us on Badlands, and Process is another mid where you can get these big, high distraction bombs. You can have pushes early through sewer or PC. You can have, deep bombs into choke and then a flank from behind. They need to be able to deal with those soldiers as quickly as possible to allow Yon this time to move forward.
Well, on the bright side, for a map like Process, you're a lot more eligible to play things passively because of just the sheer size of it as well. You can see a lot more things coming. It's just a bigger map to traverse and like a lot more work for them to make these sort of distraction plays and whatnot. So I don't think they can kind of stick with that core idea of Samsky jumping in and distracting and then Amarok coming in from a weird angle while like Ali Bra and them just kind of like make sure they hold their ground. Here they're going to have to either like hold their ground better than the other team while each other's roamers just try and find a weasel way in. Yeah,
I mean, definitely, it seemed like the soldiers were hugely impactful on those mids, but I think 100% you're going to be right. I think we talked about almost every other player on the server other than really kind of the Seeds versus Martin matchup at this point. I mean, these two medics, like these aren't the top two teams people are predicting at the tournament, but Martin and Seeds, they've both shown themselves to be absolutely fantastic. I mean, Martin, known for his time on Low Panda, he kind of he went straight to Prem, straight to Low Panda, and I think got third place in his first season. Seeds got first place in his first season of ever playing Prem. It's like, I mean, these are real just star medics.
Yeah, I mean, you could debate whether or not they were just surrounded by good players at the time, but I'm not going to bring that up. Again, they're just solid at the end of the day.
They are.
Nobody's talking about them because we've got no complaints. We're not going to be like, these guys are the problem here, because they never really are for these two teams.
No, exactly. They do have a certain sense of consistency. I mean, for me, the fact that obviously Seeds only played with 7 for a fairly short period of time on the scale of, everything, and yet you see the confidence that he displayed on that slower mid where they're playing towards Valley, and he managed to like wrangle his entire team around him. The confidence in which he's just like, right, we know we can play this Valley position. I know that I'm in no significant danger as long as I just don't rush things. I can play relax, I can play a little bit slow, and I can just let my team do what they need to do. It shows, considering how inexperienced he is in Prem overall, it shows that he's just learnt so much, and it isn't that it was just he learned how to play with that team. He can go into other teams and he can bring that skill forward.
So going into the Process map now, I guess we could have a quick prediction on how is it going to turn out. Is that, you've got a score line in your head? Have you got an idea of who's just going to win it? I feel
like we're not going to see quite as many rounds as last time. I feel like it might end up being just a little bit slower, and I think it's the problem is I want to say that the bus crew are going to take it. I want to say that Yon is going to really turn up and we're going to see more from Poison and Tobbs. But every time I think about that, I still feel like Ali's going to be making big plays. I still feel like Sorax is going to be doing things. And we did see in the first best of 3 we casted yesterday, Samsky sniping an awful lot on this map, and he was really, really making things work.
There was a few times where he caught in that sniper trap where you're not finding anything. It's like, let me just stay on sniper a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Just a little bit longer, and maybe I can find something. There were a few games like that, but I don't know. You need to kind of have that internal number in your head where you're thinking, okay, I've got 5 shots. If I'm not landing anything to say 5 shots, I'm not feeling it. Come off the class for now.
Yeah. Well, that's it. This is a very, very easy mistake to make when you are kind of one of these players who really, really enjoys sniping. So you just got to hope that, well, maybe if you're a bus crew fan, you've got to hope that Samsky does fall for that.
Team's kind of baiting us a little bit here. Readying up, unreadying up. We should be getting in quite shortly because all the teams have arrived back into the server now. They've taken their smoke breaks, they've taken their poop breaks, and they've just readied up now. So let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Here we go. This is going to be our second map here on Process Faint Gaming versus the Bus Crew. This is going to be our very, very first mid here. We'll see if we can see some completely different kind of plays. We do see early aggression of Samsky towards PC, almost exactly what we predicted, these kind of flank mids. So this is the opportunity for Bus Crew to try and move forward, to try and make something happening. They're going to make some, you know, they're going to get some serious damage down, but they're not finding any frags yet. Samsky with the flank taking down Martin. So now it's going to be all on Seeds and his friends in this little hole to try and keep themselves alive, but no.
Oh God, Seeds was caught out there. Everyone else went into the bunker. He did not get the memo. And I was a little bit worried for the Bus Crew there, because don't you just hate it when the bus is a little bit late? And they were a little bit late on that mid, but they never really capitalized over on the Faint Gaming squad.
No, I mean, say there was good initial damage from Bus Crew. I feel like that just kind of kept Faint Gaming slow long enough so that, you know, even with that medic pick, it didn't make a huge amount of difference. We do actually see Samsky trying to kind of almost call his team a little bit forward, try and do something a little bit on second. This will be effectively equal because he doesn't want to give up the second point, and eventually Faint Gaming will just about get the point. I mean, I feel like this is an opportunity for Bus Crew to walk far enough forward. It doesn't seem like a full setup for Faint Gaming, but losing Poison, maybe an opportunity to start calling it off.
Oh my lord, Amarok, those are some nice little directs in that PC area as well. And when they did spot a bit of weakness, a positional weakness with Samsky kind of overextending a little bit into that PC room, but he made a wild turnaround there, and this built the blocks for them to make this push out. It's a shame they're kind of fluffing up the push now, losing players here and there where they really shouldn't be, and they want to hold on to this midpoint here. Keep in mind they've got the respawner advantage on this Bus Crew squad, and they're holding the line ever closer, ever just more aggressive, and they pop both Ubers on their squad, grinding up against each other. But the scouts death staring each other in the eyes. Who's going to meet shot who first? And with the dust settles, it's actually followed up by so much more dust. Ooh. Everyone's spamming. There's a wraparound from Ali Bois. He won't get the Martin kill. He didn't look at the ground. They were too busy looking at the scouts. And let's see if they can keep this up. Sorex is going to pass his way through that sewer room. Poison is brought down so low, he might even crater here. And with Martin down, there's no heal to sustain this very, very long push.
No, Tobbs actually managed to flank all the way behind it. He will take down Seeds now. So just as you say about that heal advantage, suddenly it goes the way of the Bus Crew. And with their spawners as well. Hey, you know, we can keep this mid-fight on going if we want. it's a one-player disadvantage, but really the second you get these heals up, you can just play slow. You can deal with stray little soldiers like Amarok here. So, you know, they've got that fresh player down. It's going to be 12 seconds before he can do anything at all. As long as Martin can get safely through this choke point, which it does look like he's going to be able to do. Once again, they will force Faint Gaming just a little bit towards choke. Yeah, there's so much damage being done. Alba's actually just crushing Samsky. Yeah, great follow-up from Poison. He's actually going to flank all the way towards choke. He might even be able to get Seeds again.
Oh, the scouts reacting quickly to that soldier flank, and I'm surprised there wasn't a little bit more follow-up by his team here. They're thinking a bigger picture. They're like, if we can get this point, the respawn is on their side, but they were getting a bit too greedy there by not following up Poison's damage. It's just allowed them back in. Everyone wanted to be a part of that capture point on the scoreboard, but no one's going to get any more capture points now.
No, I mean, it's so good to see from Faint. They just don't care. They're so aggressive, you know. They have, like, they technically had a little bit of an Uber disadvantage, but the second it seems Ali finds this...
he's in. He tries to get the seed drop. Maybe they could finally get seeds before he had his Uber, but they mistimed it a little bit. Poor Martin, he's being juggled all the way back to the red territory. Tobbs is in behind though, and they do know he is, so maybe he could kind of pull some attention here. Alba's trying to get... Oh my God, Alba was trying to get behind, but he was cleaned up by the Samsky sniper. Tobbs reveals himself. Poison comes in. He's not the distraction, he's the bomb. This time he's the double bomb. He gets Samsky as well. They're making a really good go of this on Bus Crew. I can't believe they do this time and time again. Martin dies, everyone goes into a rage, and everyone dies on the red team.
It's just super scrappy. I mean, yeah, Samsky got that nice headshot on Alba, but it almost makes you think exactly what you said. Was Sniper the best play there? I mean, Ubers were already out of the way, you know? Was that the correct move? Could they have maybe done better if they had a soldier to play with them? But doesn't really matter at this point. What happened, and now it's on how these teams deal with this equal Uber situation. They will have time to build their Uber, time to think about exactly what they want to do, you know, what traps they want to set up, what kind of sack they want to go for, what kind of plays they want to make. And this will be where we see exactly what these different teams have planned on this map.
There'll be even Ubers between both of these squads, so I'm really kind of turning towards the Roamers here to see what they want to do. Tobbs is usually the proactive one out of everybody in this server, so I'm very interested to see what he can come up with.
Yeah, so with where Seed's positioned, kind of said right around this little corner, you can do a nice tight little strafe to get onto him, even when he's kind of towards point as he is now. I feel what they may want to go for is just, nice little kind of a delayed kind of, not really a double sack, a bit of a distraction play, but
wow, they all
just
get
get denied and choke.
Wow, I can't believe they all got out unscathed. That's a little strange to see on process, but hey ho, another crack at it perhaps. You know, just makes the game a bit quicker. We don't have to wait for respawners.
Yeah, well, it does make sense, you know. We are going to be seeing exactly that. There's the first bomb going to get denied, and then Poison's like, nope, I'm not going in after that.
Samsky tries to see if he can equalize out the death counter instead, just to make his boy Tobbs feel a little bit better. And the scouts, they're just proving too tough for any of the bus crew to just get in.
Yeah, I mean, between the, I think it's not only the scouts on this choke point, but just Ali as well. He's air detting these stickies, and it just completely neutralizes any kind of horizontal speed you have here. So the sacks aren't going too well for the old bus crew soldier, so Alba's going to be back on sniper. I would imagine using a more conventional sniper weapon. Yes, he is.
It's sniper main versus sniper main. We've got the battle of the two kind of like sniper lords. Quick, who's the better sniper equally?
Oh, it's going to be Alba. Alba's going to do it. I believe in him. He's been training in about 1,000 pubs.
Kuno's revealed his position. He knows that he's sniper now. Oh, he actually gets the headshot first onto Alba, but he was buffed up. Very nice kind of just note by Martin to make sure to keep his sniper nice and buffed up, make sure they're not just losing out in these sniper fights where they shouldn't be.
I mean, it's always funny in these situations. It seems like the rest of the game just kind of like falls to the wayside as these two snipers only really care about each other. You know, that ability to kind of free snipe and not worry about where he's going to peek from is just so important here. I mean, you know, obviously on the side of the bus crew, if they can just get this one pick, they can immediately start looking towards Sewer, take some more position, and make Feint Gaming just a little bit more uncomfortable. But doesn't seem like anyone's head is going to get found just yet. They're going to have to force one of the teams to just get into a just a little bit more like aggressive position, you know.
I can't help but notice that Kuno's got one of those dueling mini games on his person. I'm like, that would be pretty cool if you could hear me out there, stream snipers. Just maybe just tell your boy Kuno to like get a little mini game up for old time's sake.
So as of right now, he would be 0 for 1 as he did his head torn off by Albert, and exactly as predicted, they did move just a little bit towards Sewer before losing Poison, so they've had to move back again. Samsky again tries to make something happen, but not really anything. There are players down on the side of Feint. There is some position towards choke. There's still going to be, obviously, Ali and Amarok going to be spamming this choke point, but there is an opportunity for something, and I think that something might be quite a deep peek towards PC.
Oh, well, the peak turns into a dome as they've got Tobbs on the head there, and this just opens up more opportunity for them. They can definitely make another attempt. This even allows Samsky to have a quick wait to take. Where is Samsky? He's the playing scout now.
Okay, yep, seems like they're pretty content to just let Kuno more or less perma-snipe. I mean, Process is a good map for sniper, so hey, 2 scouts and then Kuno perma-sniping, maybe this is the way to go as long as he doesn't lose just too many of these 1v1s with Alba. Otherwise, I think he might feel bad enough to switch off, I'll be honest.
Oh boy, it's going to be one of those CP Orange maps where we're just going to be sat here watching the snipers play the game and everyone else just has to die.
I think it may well be. Yep, There we go. Kuno takes down Alba. Right, so this is, again, the opportunity to make something happen. They still have 2 soldiers on the side of...
Oh, domed is Deox as well. He's going to feel some pain. He's not quite dead, but he's breathing pretty weak. That's still going to cost him some resources over on the bus crew. Kuno's coming in. Is he getting Ubered? He actually forces the Uber out of Martin there. So scared for his life that he doesn't risk it.
Yeah, I mean, it is a much better Uber for the bus crew, but it's only really Jon and Martin there to do anything with it. They do have spawners on the way and a scout completely just nowhere near their combo, so it does look like they want to try and get through this choke one, at least give it a good go with this with this kind of setup. It's not absolutely perfect now. The deep poison comes in from Poison.
He's got the suicide kill onto Alibois, and it's a good fit. Samsky is delivering on the damage when Ali has gone down. Not only does he get some damage in for his team to follow up, he gets a kill as well.
Yeah, that's exactly what they needed to hold there.
Oh,
and
Tobbs.
Yeah.
Hello.
So Sorax just a little bit overly passive there, and Tops doesn't seem to be done with this midpoint either.
Drop down, Tops. Don't, come on, man. Yes, man up, Tops. You can do, yes, go on, Tops. Sorry, I felt like he needed some emotional like backup there.
I'm feeling it. I mean, like, he is on a banner as well. He will have a potentially, he should have about 330 HP maximum anyway. So, you know, a little bit healthier to deal with these scouts. But now we do see him, after all of that calamity, back exactly where we were a couple minutes ago.
Yeah, it's still 0-0 in this game. Can you believe it? With 19 minutes left on the clock, and we're still waiting for the first round to be put on this board.
Yeah, so again, we have little peeks and prods on the flank. Something happens. Samsky once again goes in, sends Martin all the way to choke. Actually, oh, it's a tiny thing, but that nice little surf from Martin down the rock, negating full damage, is just so nice to see. Yeah,
and it's a little strange. They lose Samsky and they're like, right, it's time to push. Oh, I hear a banner. I see some glowing players. It's the bus crew. It's they've come out of park and they've gone into first gear. Let's see if they can ramp it up to the 5th gear. And oh my God, speaking of 5th gear, Poison is in. He's in the enemy base. They're not trapped with. He's not trapped in. He's trapped in with them. So with him going down now, it will get the 2nd point for the bus crew. Enough space made out by Poison now, but they're still making a good go of it over on the Faint Gaming side. They've still got their scouts live. Ali Boaz says push team, and oh wait, no, is it back? No, push. There you go.
Push. That's the one. You know, I think they just took a second to see exactly what's going to happen, whether bus crew's going to go for this repush to try and keep control of point. Looks like they will now. Maybe just a little bit late. Oh my God, Yon gets piped completely out of the server. And Martin does now use his Uber. This is going to be a pretty equal Uber. Slight, tiny advantage for Seeds, although he does have to flash once. So this might be a very equal kind of a refight here. But with Martin so far away from his team, I feel like all Fate need to do is just focus these close players.
Yeah, there's a lot of just like random like D-Rex here that are kind of turning the tide of these fights. Whoever can land these D-Rex out of nowhere, or I should say Directs. Sorry, English.
Well, doesn't really matter what Faint Gaming need to do. They didn't do it, and now this is almost entirely just,
Seeds, oh man. He tried, bless him. He tried. He came up on that pyro and immediately got juggled. Well, 1-0 for the bus crew.
Yeah, I mean, Seeds gave it a good go, but, you know, this is almost exactly what we saw at the beginning of last round. Yeah, you know, a little bit kind of slow and steady, but bus crew are making things happen. They have managed themselves a little bit of an advantage, but they need to do what they failed to do last map. They need to keep this up. They need to keep up this aggression and keep looking good. So going into 2nd mid here, we don't have quite as much aggression from the side of Samsky and his friends on Faint. They're going to play a little bit slow. They're going to play towards his right-hand side still. Now the deep bomb comes in. Both soldiers doing a lot of damage, but Samsky gets cleaned up and really not that much done. Not enough to really manage to grab them teams any frags. So they're going to be moving towards point on the side of the bus crew. They're going to get so much damage down. Sorax is going to get taken down. Seeds has to leave choke. There's no way they can stay in on this fight.
Yeah, there was just nice timing from the bus crew and kind of like maybe a tad poor positioning and poor timing from Faint Gaming as well. With Samsky going down, Amarok he went behind it now. He could have gone the long way and got the health pack, but he really could have just done with kind of with the fake out bomb there and just come back in because his team needed him there.
Yep, this will be an equal Uber again. I mean, I just saw another sack of Samsky onto Martin. Really seems like Martin has Samsky's number. I mean, these forces really aren't going too well, these single soldier bombs, and yeah, Tops is going to find out that himself the hard way.
Yep, let's see if they can kind of cap this out. A nice cushion of a 2-0 advantage would be favourable here for the bus crew. I mean, 1-0 is nice, but it's just still a bit too like wishy-washy and just a bit like scary to lose that round at any moment.
It's true, and I think Samsky's going to be the guy to try and make that dream.
There's no way this could happen. Look at Deox, he's practically a security camera looking out to the little perch there.
I don't know. I think as long as Faint Gaming can provide a significant enough distraction, it seems like they want to.
Oh my God! He just shoots around the corner and he spots him. Deox with the hacks
and a taunt just to match with it. So unlucky Samsky having a bit of a rough game here, definitely.
Oh, don't you hate it when that happens? You're just clipped by like a random guess of the enemy scouts there, but. Hey, they felt it in their bones. What else can they really do over on the Faint Gaming side?
No, you know, it is what it is, and now they have to deal with Alba sniping already towards lobby, rigging out at least one headshot. We do have Samsky sniping as well, so we're going to see some more of this sniper versus sniper action.
I'm going to guess that Alba's probably going to be like the one with the bigger pedigree here, and Samsky kind of feels that he's a bit outclassed. We'll switch out to the heavy weapons guy here.
Yeah,
no,
and he's going
to... No, soldier now. Yeah, my bad. I'm looking at the wrong point of view. Hey.
We are going to be seeing Kunu back on sniper again, but
Seeds,
no!
He's gone down! Alba got the snipe out of nowhere! Even I didn't see that coming, and certainly Seeds wouldn't have.
No, that was just a random peek from one. I mean, I'm not even quite sure how they got so far in one without anyone from Feint seeing just anything at all. I mean, you know, fair play to Alba for hitting the shot, but it seems like definitely there's a big lapse in Feint Gaming's hold just then, and Alba actually wants to go for more. Sorax gets domed, absolutely crushing so far. I mean, he can just wait. My man, Alba, chill. You've got all this Uber advantage. Don't throw your life away for anything, you know, too little.
I think he's just having a good time. This guy's just at the carnival playing that little like carny game, and all the rest of his team thinking, okay guys, well actually push up all this work Alba is doing. There's nobody really to fight here. They just get on top of the point, and they will feel the sting of Feint Gaming now collapsing on there. Ali Bois just wanted to bait them on that position just for a moment. Tom sees if he can kind of cap the point in front of them, but a scout was there to block it. Very nice by Kuna.
I mean, an absolutely disastrous push for Bus Crew. It seemed very, very reminiscent of what we saw in Badlands. These last pushes, they just don't have it now. They lose Deox so early, but either way, Feint Gaming will be making their way to mid. Deox will be sniping from spawn, not going to hit anything though, and Seeds is already, yeah, he's playing the angles. He knows what's going on, and Amarok's there playing right next to spawn, not going to be letting Deox do anything at all towards this shutter.
When times like this happen, that you got to entrust yourself in these kind of like scary sticky traps, the ones that can kind of drop players here. There's two hidden kinds, and one in the pipe and one at choke. Let's see if it clips anybody. Oh, actually Yon will get the kill into Samsky, so it's something, but they just don't dare hold on to that second point without an Uber charge.
No, exactly, and the fact that Tobbs did die as well makes this effectively equal, and this Uber is still, you know, it is advantage of Feint. Martin is not too far away, but this big bomb in from Ali, yeah, decimating Deox, about 400 damage in about 2 seconds. Tom's getting on point. Martin's Uber isn't up yet. There's a lot of damage on point, but there's a lot of Bus Crew players being forced onto point, and it does seem like Feint Gaming are just going to keep shooting them one by one, and yep, they're going to equalize it just like that.
Very nice counter initiation coming in from Feint Gaming there. They knew that they were going to kind of copycat the same sort of defense play. You know, no one just gives up the point for free like that, and they saw it coming. It would be nice if Bus Crew wanted to kind of counteract the counter initiation by bringing out a heavy weapons guy later instead of at the beginning.
Yeah, definitely could make sense, but on this third mid of the game now, it is equal. It is 1-1. Only about 12 minutes to go, so time is going there. We do see some more aggressive bombing from the Bus Crew soldiers this time. Again, they take some decent height, they deal some decent damage, but no frags just yet. Samsky's actually just waiting in PC. He's waiting for this opportunity just as soon as a team moves towards it, but he has actually been spotted, so really, really slow mid. The height is going the way of the Bus Crew, so I feel like just maybe the long game, the spam's going to go their way, and it's going to be Feint Gaming which is going to have to back up, and now they regress. As the soldier bombs in, desperately trying to get onto Seeds, Tobbs will get that frag, and Martin is still alive and with full Uber advantage as well, so yeah, no one from Feint is anywhere near. Really just incredibly slow mid.
Yeah, Bus Crew aren't trying to end these mids in like the quick seconds. They're just seeing if they can drag them out and just get little advantages and just hold those advantages over them for them to kind of like make mistakes towards. It's very centralized.
Oh, are you kidding me, Sorax? He just walks straight into about 4 guys and still gets a force on Martin.
He's still alive, by the way.
That's absolute. How does he do it?
He's still alive. He's fighting Tobbs on mid right now.
I'm absolutely baffled how Bus Crew would allow that to happen. I mean, you know, yeah, you wouldn't necessarily expect it, but, you know, we've got to shoot some rockets at the floor or something. I have no idea what's going on. I think maybe the Bus Crew is moving towards lobby. Maybe they're just going to play off the fact that Sorax is still behind, and he is. And he's got company now. Oh, my God. Oh. Yeah, they're getting absolutely crushed in lobby. Samsky picking up this kill on Martin. I think they're all going down here. It's only really Deox yet fighting on Lass, and Yon so far away. He might even die before he can get towards his health pack.
Yeah, Sorax, the embodiment of hit and run. He's literally just slaps him a couple of times in the back and then takes another exit. And Samsky just had a medic dropped in his lap there. He was like, oh yeah, free med kill. And that was the building block to kind of make the push out here. It's
just, can you believe he runs into 4 people, forces you, but still lives and then gets another frag. Cannot believe it.
Ale single-handedly practically coming in and making space for his team for him to then follow up himself. Ali's his greatest ally.
That's one of the greatest things I've ever heard. Anyway, We do have a sniper once again in the form of Alba. Seeds has got his Uber, but he only has 2 friends to play with, so doesn't look like they can be able to hold this mid. It might actually waste just enough time for Martin to either get his Uber or for Alba to try and make some kind of pick happen. I mean, Alba can just stand in, he can watch a choke, and it will force Seeds to either use through choke, or it's going to force them to kind of go through PC, and usually you'll see a kind of an early use through PC. So just having the sniper on the field is going to do something, but I think it might even buy them enough time to get their own Uber, forces them into an equal Uber situation, and they already have the off-glasser up. So
yeah, a bit of strange coming out here from Feint Gaming. Usually you take your advantages where you can get them, but they decide to just give it up. And Alba plays the point-and-click adventure game, use gun on Man, and there we go, Man is dead.
Man is dead, and then the other man is going to be walking towards Sewer. He's going to be taking some position with his team. As long as they can open up this shutter, there's going to be some decent angles. See, that actually is a little bit open. There we go.
That was good. That was prime good. That was some prime snipe. Oh, that was only like half a second there. And it was just like a half a moment where Seeds was caught out of that position, and it all just collided beautifully in this chaotic game of TF2.
Yep, Alba hits those shots, he hits everything that he needs, and now, yeah, the Feint Gaming players will just about spawn, but this is going to be a 1 Uber. They should actually be able to get through. Actually, I feel like a bit of an early poppy. This might be detrimental if they can't quite get enough with this Uber done. They have a heavy and a gun to deal with. Yon does die with no stickies. This is going to make things really, really difficult, and with a sniper as well, it's kind of like, I don't know. Yeah, Samsky hitting these directs and Martin getting launched in. He does actually get the Uber saw before dying himself to Ali.
He needs to get the snipe on the medic here. That's the only thing Alba can really contribute at this point, and they were just missing a scout, really. There were so many low players, and because Alba was on sniper and he couldn't really find some clean shots onto anybody, he was just a non-factor.
Yeah, definitely. As it like that use through one, it wasn't necessary. It was a safer play, but it felt like they could have walked just a little bit further, but they'll pay the price. Ali taken down by a really good sticky trap from Yon, so now this should be able to stun Feint's ability to do anything too quickly. With Deox again sniping in spawn, I think Seeds is he's tasted the bitter taste of a sniper bullet before. I don't think he's going to want to walk too far in and risk dropping again.
Remind me, please, have we seen any crits at this LAN?
I think we've seen a little bit from Salentes in Weep Tower Tactics last night, but I think there's still opportunity for a lot more.
Yeah, well, we're going to get some more. You've got Martin rocking that Kritzkrieg, so all eyes on Yon probably very soon, unless he dies beforehand. He has been surgically removed by Ali with his sticky launcher, and with nobody to really use this crits on, with Martin got it right now, they're going to have to go with the scout, the laser beams perhaps?
Oh, I would absolutely love it, but it's almost difficult to know in this situation. Have Feint Gaming seen that it's crits? It's sometimes something which, you don't quite spot, and they will come out, right? Crits does get used. They will manage to take down Kunu and Samsky. So, sorry, crits did not get used. I apparently have bad ears.
Yeah, well, they're going to pick off another team without it, so okay, I guess this is just their follow-up crits for this last point now. Alba is very likely in a dangerous position to deal with this crit, so again, they're wasting time, though, the longer they spend holding on to it. There we go, there's the crits, and we see one sticky. One sticky was
that's
all we got
get.
That crits.
Yeah, before Samsky domes Martin, and now Seeds will be getting his Uber up. So, again, another last push for Busker, which is just going to be disastrous. Yeah, it's Poison. He's the only guy alive towards Rollout, and it looks like he's going to, lose what was effectively, a 1v3. So, not going to complain too much on that one.
The bus crew always come up to this final point and then just have all their hard work smashed to smithereens, and they have to just build it all the way back again. Now, it's just too many heartbreaking rounds here.
I mean, just right there, like this aggression. Samsky's being so annoying, so much damage. Ali just bombs in. Martin Yon immediately deleted. Get out the server. We don't need you anymore. Ali's feeling it now. He's going to be charging forward his team, jumping all the way forward to second. Poison and Tops, they're all the way on last. This is going to be decent, decent Uber advantage for Seeds, but maybe, just maybe, they want to move towards lobby. They want to take some position. Actually, Rollout is the place. These spawns have just come up, and Ali is just absolutely feeling it now. Look at them. All of the Busker players are spawning on the right-hand side. A lot of time getting there. There's going to be a lot of Busker players. They have to play towards point. But there's just so much damage, so much time on point as well. As long as Feint can just slow down, play just a little bit slower, they should be able to...
Ali, he's so low. Oh, but nobody's blocking the point. They were focusing so much on trying to get the kills there. They just kept hopping onto point, off of point, onto point, and off of point, and onto point.
It was just like, that's just pure kind of like aggression, pure like momentum push, you know? It was nothing necessarily to go on other than a few spawners, but hey, if you're fast enough, you make it work. So now, 5 minutes to go, exactly as we saw in the first game. Bus Crew, they take an early advantage, but then they find themselves at a disadvantage.
Yon brought down low, but doesn't go down. He will take a crossbow, a bit of attention from his medic, but other than that, that's a pretty solid opening pick for this mid, and they've been dominating these mids over on the Bus Crew as it is.
Yeah, they're doing pretty well. Seems like Faint Gaming, after Samsky went down there, they were just content to be like, okay, you know, we'll chill, we'll play towards Stroke, we'll see if we can get our Uber out. Now, we're seeing the Bus Crew take a page from the Faint Gaming book. They don't have a real advantage to push off, but they want to do it.
Oh my, look at these air shots, look at this damage, juggling 2 scouts at the same time. These soldiers on the Bus Crew here. Samsky is going to get picked off as well. And it's all eyes on Ali Bois. Let's see if he can hold the line with his team. Actually, he wants to get out. He's like, guys, this is too much for me. Even though they have this Uber charge, they can solidify a little bit, and they're forced to use it, but not in the place that I really wanted them to use it on that second point. Alba causing so much delay in time here. He gets out of that tiny little room unscathed somehow.
Yeah, definitely. Like, if Seeds didn't have to use there towards that kind of a one and roll-up position, it could have been so good on that repush. But now it is going to be equal Ubers. It is going to be, you know, a bit of a stalemate for a second. 4 minutes to go, so there isn't a huge rush to do any crazy off Uber pushes on the side of the Bus Crew. But you know, they need to make something happen. They need to either, you know, they need some kind of an idea, some kind of more coordinated sack play. I mean, you can't just throw Tobbs at a brick wall and hope he's going to crack it, you know? Yep. It's just not going to work out, especially when there's a sniper and sentry gun up.
They're going to have to dig deep here. 3 minutes left, and with this sort of scoreline, this is probably their best chance to make another round happen. And they can't wipe like they've done the previous 2 times now. And they will rotate some around. They catch Amarok off guard, but he just didn't have enough rockets in reserve there. Used so much for jumping, but none for killing. No,
I think he was just jumping around trying to actually find where Siege was going to be. I think he, yeah, by the time he managed to find Siege, he was like, right, I've got 1 rocket. There's not really much I can do. Again, we're going to get to the position where, before long, Faint are going to be in a position where they don't really have to push. It's almost, they're incentivized to not bother pushing. Is it worth the risk? Is it worth the risk of a back cap and potentially losing that round, equalizing it up and taking this to a golden cap?
Eeply, I've got to ask you, what's the minute mark where you start panicking as a member of Bus Crew here? What's the point where you're like, oh my god, we need to do something, we need to just get stupid?
I think, you know, I think on the Bus Crew side, they know that really 2 rounds is incredibly difficult at this point. Unless they can make something happen in the next 40 seconds, they've just got to play for best case scenario golden cap, really. So, you know, when it gets to about 2 minutes, they've got to start thinking, okay, do we trade? Do we just get Ubers out of the way? Do we do a repush? Something like that. But before that does happen, we do have Alba peeking this one angle once again. Hey, it worked before, why not again? But really, with Seeds crouched behind the sentry gun in this fort hold spot, I'm not really sure what Alba can do.
Oh god, every single pick like this just delays more and more time, and time is not a commodity they have. And meanwhile, Faint Gaming, they aren't even playing TF2 anymore. They're playing something similar to SimCity, just kind of building up buildings, chilling, having a quick peek out the window, but not really venturing out to get some kills.
Yeah, we actually see both soldiers from Bus Crew play towards rollout. I mean, it almost seemed like they were going to pick off Ali there, who lives on, I think, about 15 HP. It's almost unfortunate that they don't. They lose poison again, and, you know, this is more time ticking off the clock. At what point do you just go for this trade? They still have Alba on the sniper, so the repush is not necessarily a sure thing as well. They've got a gun to deal with this. Just it's so difficult for the Bus Crew.
Right, my diagnosis is once this clock hits 30 seconds, this decides whether or not they're in a good place or a bad place. If they're in a bad place and 30 seconds happen, I think this game is just about over.
I think it will be, unless they can make something happen. I mean, really, Alba's got about 2 or 3 more shots, and then they just have to go for this trade. You know, maybe just use through lobby, just try and deal with this
Alba.
gun. Deep pick. No.
The Iron Man strats, the sentry gun, the bodyguard, can't possibly be headshot. He tries though, he's trying to shoot through the cracks and crevices of the sentry gun, but the wall will not falter.
No, I said, again,
let's try one more time. Oh my god! He gets the shot on Disease. That is what they were looking for this Bus Crew squad. 100% Uber on Bus Crew. They have to make this push work if they want to claw back from this best of 3.
Yep, and this Samsky Spy is not going to do anything. I mean, you know, they take down the sentry, they take some decent position on point, a lot of damage, a lot of time on point. This should be the equalizer.
30 seconds left on the clock. I can diagnosed that this game is in a good position, Eepily.
That was absolutely insane. Shout out to Alba. I think the best off-class that we've seen so far this land. That was absolutely nuts.
Mother of God, they tried the Iron Man strap, but somehow he shoots through the metal and he melts it, and he's melted my face just watching that. Good Lord, Alba.
Yep, that's going to be at 6 seconds left. Nothing's going to happen here. This map's going to be going to Golden Cap.
Woo, baby. Just give me a second here to have a little bit of water.
Woo, take a second. Relax, Turbo.
Woo. Well, so Golden Caps, I think that they're in play now, aren't they? Upper brackets. We're not going to do any wishy-washy like ties. Somebody has to be decided as the winner in this.
Yeah, definitely. And it is going to be that rule set we've seen at a lot of these other lands. It's going to be 10 minutes, I believe, a 10-minute time limit, or kind of, whoever owns mid at that point. So it can't go on forever. There is a little bit of a time limit. It does really matter where you're positioned on the map. It isn't just get the round or nothing. It matters, how you're able to push second, how you're able to win mids, that kind of thing, Yeah. A lot of it comes down to if you win that mid fight, you've set yourself up really, really well.
Yep, 15 minutes. 15 minutes, the scary little timer in this land setting. And we haven't seen these sort of rules in a long time. Usually you see them on lands here and there, but we kind of go for the unlimited time and just decide a winner's a winner. But people don't like winning or losing to just a mid-capped.
No. Well, see, it's interesting, really, because at I-61, the team Samsky was on, that Ascent EU team, they were knocked out by a 10-minute time limit golden cap. I remember I was standing directly behind them. No one knew what was going on. It got to 10 minutes, and then the game ended. Oh. Everyone was like, what happened? No one cheered. No one did anything. But that was it. That was the end of their tournament life. So, I think that's going to be playing on Samsky's mind. He's going to be thinking, no, we're not letting that happen again.
God, how biblical would it be if it was the same thing that struck down the silver bullet to Samsky? It seems like these land environment, these pesky golden caps.
Yeah, but at least they know that on the Feint Gaming side, they won first map. Worst case scenario, it'll take it to the third map, They know this isn't going to be absolutely disastrous, but obviously they want to get it done in 2. They want to get it done in this golden cap. They want to be able to spend some time, relaxing before they have to play their next map, kind of work out what's going on, see who their opponents are, maybe do just like a little bit more research.
Yeah, and God, at this point in the tournament as well, I'd imagine there's a little bit of adrenaline flowing through here, and this is kind of a whole different ball game. Sometimes people can't handle these sort of spikes and moments in their gameplay where everything's just heightened to just such an extreme degree, and sometimes players take to it especially well. Some players actually play worse off of it. They kind of go too hero, and they just kind of throw out their advantages because they're just trying to make the big plays.
Yeah. I mean, definitely on the side of the bus crew, they're going to be the ones feeling the adrenaline right now. That last-minute pick from Alba, that was so important. That's kind of, kept them alive here right now. So they're going to be feeling like the momentum's on their side. If they can win this mid as well, it might be just curtains for Feint's ability to kind of hold on to this map. I think, like you said, though, they've got to be a little bit careful. They don't want to overstay their welcome. They don't want to think, okay, yeah, we can make these huge plays. They still need to be a little bit conservative. We saw that mid they won was just, it came down to patience, That really, really strong mid where they just played, they played the height, they played the position, they dealt the damage, and they were just so patient, which is really, really what you want to see. When you have an advantage, don't let go of it. Don't, overstretch.
Quick, Eeply, what would you do if, you've got Feint Gaming on the line, they've just called up on the phone here, they're like, quick, Eeply, what do we do? How do we play out this golden cap?
I would take that, and I'd say, Feint Gaming, I think you've just got to stick with what you know, right? You can't. Your mids on Badlands were great. You would do some great distractions, and so far your early aggression's been working on the mids. You've just got to not give up this easy high ground. You've got to not give up this easy high ground, and you've got to make more out of when they force the bus crew into choke. We've seen a lot of mids. They will force bus crew into choke. They'll have to heal up. That's when Feint Gaming need to move forward a bit more, take this height, and force some kind of recontest. Once they try and recontest, your scouts can just pound them. We're seeing absolutely amazing stuff from Sarx and Kuno. I think, as long as they can get some early damage, some early kind of, positional advantage, they can win these mids and they can roll us straight through into last.
Ooh. Hello? Oh, hey, Alba. Yeah, we got it on stream. Yeah, just keep it up. Yeah. Okay, yeah. That was just Alba. I was just saying, keep it up. That's my strategy. I'm actually the coach of Bus Crew. Yeah.
You are the Bus Crew coach. You are the coach driver.
Yeah, I'm the adrenaline maker. Why do you think I called out for this cast? I'm there to get the adrenaline pumping these guys. I think they just need to keep doing what they're doing. You know?
Keep feeling it. If you're going to hit the shots, hit the shots.
Keep that boy on sniper.
Exactly. hey, the thing is, it's processed. You know, we've seen about a million times before, sniper to mid is 100% viable on this map. We've seen it work for, you know, so many of the sniping legends of old, and, you know, maybe this is what Alba's going to do. Maybe he's going to go down in history as I-63, the sniper that everyone was rooting for.
There's only so many people that have got like a bit on the mantelpiece, like a little trophy. We got some greats like Jukebox that made a massive impact at previous I-Series. You've had Sheep from Australia coming all over, showing impact on that sniper.
Yeah, Flippy as well, you
Flippy,
know, absolutely just destroying people on this map.
Flippy. And maybe Alba has finally earned that piece on the mantelpiece.
Maybe, I mean, after that shot, I'm sure I'm not going to stop seeing that for the next, like, week. Yeah. You know, that highlight is going to be posted absolutely everywhere. So, you know, if it works, it works. I'm not quite sure.
I just want to show the gravitas of this game. Usually, if players kind of just want to get things over and done with, they don't really care. They just go straight to the golden cap. There's a long break between this golden cap. Players are nervous. Players are scared. And whether or not it's Bus Crew are scared or if Feint Gaming are scared is a mystery. But, you know, everyone's just really, really worried about the result of this particular map.
Yeah, I mean, I think we have enough time to look at some logs real quick. I'm not quite sure when they are going to be going up again. So, you know, take a look at these logs. First thing you see, Ali, 21 for 7, 324 damage per minute. You know, exactly what you expect of this truly, truly world-class demo man.
But on the bright side, Jon is right behind him. He's not getting as many kills, but he's getting just about as much damage. I mean, I know it's like a 1k difference, but he's still like second place over in that damage stat, just where the demo men belong.
Yeah, it does seem like he's showing up much more. I mean, we did say about Samsky having a rough game and 12 for 28. I mean, yeah, definitely things weren't quite working for him. But actually, no, just if we get into the logs, I think this is Golden Cap going live. Here we go. Teams have readied up. This is it. This is our 10-minute Golden Cap. Very, very last round, regardless of what happens of the Bus Crew versus Feint in this best of 3.
Yep. Bus Crew have had a very nice set of mids so far. They've been winning the majority of them, I think all of them for this map. So again, they just need to follow my word, follow my phone call, and just keep it up, Bus Crew.
Yeah, we have actually Kunu sniping the mid, so something different from the side of Feint Gaming. So this is something so far Bus Crew haven't really had to deal with, and it is actually...
First kill, first sniper. And Samsky, he's actually decided he's feeling on the scout. That's the real reason they've swapped out to sniper. Samsky just wants to get things underway with his own scattergun. Yeah,
and 3 picks to absolutely none. I mean, Jon's going to get caught out again. This is just really looking disastrous. This might be about a 60-second golden cap at this point. Jon, they don't even care about Jon at this point. Yeah, Jon's actually going to kill Bind because he knows they're not going to kill him. They're not going to do anything. And now... looks like Bus Crew's going to be, Feint Gaming is going to be moving towards lobby. We do have this sniper peeking. There's going to be no stickies. They could even try and like move quite a bit through far right, and a really deep soldier is going to try and get them some space. Alba's going to get headshot as well. This is just looking so rough for them.
Yep, the greatest counter to the Alba sniper is another sniper. It doesn't matter. Oh my God, Kunu. He wants some screams. He wants some shouts. He's taking some heads, and they will force out this Uber out of Martin. Martin is running out of players to actually Uber here. He's the only one blocking this point, and he will be slapped down. And just as close as Bus Crew make it, Feint make it look so convincing here, Epoli.
Yeah, well... so you can't argue with that. That was just a fantastic mid from Feint. I mean, you know, credit to them. Like, the idea of running sniper to mid, Bus Crew just, they had no idea how to deal with it. They had their soldiers kind of, you know, bomb around to distract a bit, but that's not really going to do anything when that sniper could just stand and choke and body shot whoever.
I feel like I failed them as a coach. I'm sorry, boys.
It's all right. It's all right. They're not out of the competition yet, though. Oh, they still have the... Are they? No, they still have that chance. They're still going to have another best of 3 that they're going to be playing, I believe, just a little bit further on today. So, you know, they've still got things to go for. They've still got the opportunity to move their way, work their way through the lower bracket. But this will be Feint going through 2 maps to 0. So we still haven't seen a best of 3 so far this LAN, which has gone to 3 maps.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's still a bit of just like an outclass, just purely because it's been taken to 2 maps. It would be nice, and also this has to be the map pick, their first primary choice to get back into this from the Bus Crew as well. And for someone to win a map like that is very disheartening and demoralizing for the team. Yeah, especially when it was just so ridiculously close. I mean, you know, then losing a golden cap in about, you know, 70 seconds. It's just a case of, you know, you spent 30 minutes being like, yes, we can do this, we're making things happen, and then it just all just gets, you know, all your dreams just get dashed. There's just too much to analyze here. I wish I had like a cracked team on like a comfy seating arrangement that could like break this down for me one by one.
That would be a good. I have no idea if we have something remotely like that, but
production, do we? Do we have something like that?
Oh, yeah, I believe we do have masterminds we might be able to throw it to.
Oh, well, that's convenient. Okay. All right. I guess send it to that mastermind couch. No? I've been told no. Just flat out.
Oh, my God. The sofa's on fire. Oh, my God. This is disastrous. Oh, my God. We actually, no, instead, oh my God, sorry, Masterminds, you're going to be all dealt with just in a little bit because there is actually a game ongoing they might throw us right in the middle of.
There's not many times in my TF2 career where I've asked for something and now I've just been told no. And I feel like a spoiled brat. I'm like, no, I want to go.
I want it. I want to go eat my sandwich.
Okay, fine. We'll go to the next game. When is the next game?
So this is going to be Swift versus Aura Electro. I'm not quite sure how much we are in. We have to connect all on that and see what's going to be going on.
All right. Well, I guess the golden cap just took so much time.
Oh, my Lord. Right. Okay. I can see what's going on with the game. I have no idea when we're going to be getting it on the stream, but this does look like...
Oh, my God. We're in halfway through. It's 3-1 right now. I think it's... who's... Yeah, it's... Wait, no, this isn't the game. This is a completely different game.
I feel like production's messing with us today.
Why are you doing this to us, production? Yeah. Yeah. Yes, we've won. We got our way. If you just throw like a tantrum, you will get the couch. We're going to the couch.